Hello everyone, I'm Travis.
And I'm Nicole.
And we're Let's Get Wanderlost. And we are on the incredible Icon of the Seas for our 7-night cruise to St. Martin and St. Thomas. And we are going to show you the room that we booked for this cruise, which is a Sunset Junior Suite at the very, very back of the ship, room 10356. We booked this cruise on Royal Caribbean's website when Icon of the Seas itineraries first published. So we actually got a really good deal on this room. It is a junior suite, which means it has C-class amenities, which means we're going to go to dinner at Coastal Kitchen. We have priority embarkation, and there's a couple other things that are mixed into there. This room probably should be a Sky class.
Future Travis here. 1, still need a haircut. 2, while I was editing this video, Royal Caribbean announced that they're actually going to move the Sunset Junior Suite up to Sky class for sailings after May 2026. So keep that in mind. This review is still going to be about having C-class amenities for the same room, but it is moving up to Sky class like it should after May of 2026.
Because of how expensive it is if you try to book it right now, we didn't spend anywhere near as much as what it's currently selling for, and we're going to let you know if this room is worth Royal Caribbean charging $13,000 for a 7-night cruise. All right, so this is our Sunset Junior Suite, which is an aft-facing suite at the very back of the ship, room 10356. This is a junior suite with C-class amenities, which means you can go to dinner at Coastal Kitchen with priority embarkation and that sort of thing. I'm gonna run through everything that this room has to offer and show you just some of the little things that make it kind of cool. So first off, because it is a suite, you do get a espresso maker and some espresso, so if you want to make that. Down below you have your room service menus, and then a nice little book, I guess, an art book, because it is a suite. I don't know, we probably won't use that too much. And then below that should be the refrigerator, so you can store anything cold like sodas and that sort of thing in there. Up top is just another storage cabinet with your safe, which if you're looking for the safe, that's where it is. And then next to it is a closet, which has hangers, including your robes, and a good place to put all of your shirts and stuff that you want hung up. Since this is a suite, it does come with a mattress topper that should make the bed super soft. This is set up as a Royal King. On the sides of the bed, which is because this is a modern ship, you do have outlets, including USB-C and USB-A, and a normal standard American outlet. On the other side of the bed, you also get the same thing, but over here you also get the European outlet instead of the American outlet. You also have another closet on this side of the bed, which gives you more hangers and more space to hide your luggage and that sort of thing. And then over here, you have the couch area. It does look like it turns into a bed as well. This room, when we booked it, we tried to put in 2 people on the Royal Caribbean website and would not allow us to book this room. We actually had to call because the minimum capacity of this room is 3 people. So that right there is your extra bed that you can have if you have kids or somebody else staying with you. It is pretty comfortable. They also have a chair right next to it, which is actually pretty nice. You have your television, and then by the couch, which is also the bed, remember, there are more outlets. You have USB-C, USB-A, normal standard American plug, and the European adapter plug. With this being a suite, the bathroom is upgraded, which is very nice. Tile flooring, the mosaic backsplash, and you get your upgraded shampoos and conditioners and body washes and all that as well. The shower is a tub with a sliding glass door, no shower curtain. You don't have to worry about that sticking to you while you're taking a shower. Overall, the bathroom is very nice. On Odyssey of the Seas, when we had an aft-facing junior suite, which is very similar to what we have here, we actually had a separated tub and shower with the toilet on the other side of the room, which we kind of like better than this setup. And we were hoping that was how it was set up in this room, but it's not, unfortunately. Close the door real quick. There is a desk area. The desk area also has USB-A, USB-C, European outlet, and a normal outlet as well. And it's also where your phone is. This little desk area opens up with your hair dryer and your tissues and your Kleenexes and that sort of thing. This room again is at the very, very back of the ship. The walk is very long to this room from the elevators. Now let's go to the balcony. Nicole, do you mind opening the balcony door?
I do.
Everybody give a round of applause for Nicole. So this balcony is actually very large. It's way bigger than your standard size balcony. It has a half couch on one side. And then on the other side, you have a table and 2 chairs. So if you want to eat out here, you could, or just relax and read a book. And then look how the view is. We love the aft-facing balconies. We love looking at the wake as we're sailing along. And this one has a large, almost unobstructed view of the back of the ship, which is something that we were looking for when we booked it. Down below is the Surfside neighborhood, which is the children's and family section of Icon of the Seas. You also have a splash pad and an infinity pool and that sort of thing down below. And we will see how loud that gets on our cruise and let you know if it's any type of cumbersome or annoyance while we're cruising and enjoying our balcony. So that is our room. Throughout the week, we will give some more information about if we like it, things we like and dislike about this room. And overall, if you were to book it today, is it worth the $13,000, which is a lot of money, that Royal Caribbean is currently charging for this C-Class Junior Suite? It's actually more expensive than the family Surfside suites, which are Sky Class, which I think is unbelievable because this room is more money and it seems to be a little bit nicer. So we'll let you know as we go through the week, and we'll also show you some stuff with Coastal Kitchen coming up.
We mentioned that this room has C-Class amenities, and what those are is your priority boarding, dinner at Coastal Kitchen, you get bathrobes in the room, you get the separate soap, shampoo, conditioner, hand lotion in the bathroom, you get your espresso coffee maker inside your room, and basically you get just an overall better experience since it is a suite. Nicole and I actually took advantage of 2 of the suite class amenities and we really liked them. The first one, at the Port of Miami, they actually have a suite lounge for embarkation, so it's super quick to get on the ship. They have snacks and drinks to go with that, and this is where they would actually scan your passport and give you all your security clearances. You get on the ship so much faster going through the priority embarkation. We loved it. The other thing that we really liked was dinner at Coastal Kitchen. We made reservations for all 7 nights. We went to 6 of them because we actually went to dinner at the Empire Supper Club for 1 night, but you can't beat the filet mignon. The service is great, and of course the food is awesome. Coastal Kitchen is definitely worth the suite class amenities for this room.
Okay, it is the end of day 7 of our cruise aboard Icon of the Seas. We just put our luggage out. It feels like it was a minute, but it was 7 full days. And we told you at the beginning of this video that we would talk to you about our room and if it was worth the $13,000 or around that price that Royal Caribbean is trying to charge for this Sunset Junior Suite. Just as a preface, we didn't pay that much. We booked this cruise almost 2 years ago when the itineraries first posted, and it was considerably less, and we paid for this Junior Suite about what it would cost to book a normal balcony ocean view stateroom. So I guess we got lucky because our price was okay. It's still expensive. It was about $2,000 more expensive than what we paid for a Greek Isle cruise with a Junior Suite with an aft-facing balcony as well. So Nicole, what are the positives of this Sunset Junior Suite?
So obviously the first positive is going to be all of the extra space that you have. So it is a good size room. Royal Caribbean says that this sleeps a minimum of 3 people. If you had children, they would be sleeping on the couch. I can see that working. 3 adults. it'd be a little tight. But you do have a really nice amount of space. Second positive is for sure going to be the balcony. So you get a really nice sized balcony on this room. So it is a really good amount of space. You have 2 chairs with the tables so you can eat breakfast, have a snack, a nice couch if you want to take a little nap maybe, you know. Some people do that. And you do have a nice view of the back of the ship. Limited sunsets in the Sunset Suite, depending on which direction you're going in. But the other positive is going to be that you do definitely have a much nicer bathroom than a typical cabin.
And this room has tons of outlets. It's a newer room. Obviously, it's set up for the modern cruiser, which has a lot of devices, like all of our cameras, our phones. You can see Nicole's iPad and her AirPods are both charging over here. There's some over by the desk. There's also some way over here, which I guess is pretty standard, but in a suite, you do get more of that because there's more room overall. So there's some really good positives with this room. It is large, gigantic balcony that kind of wraps around, great view. Overall gives you the suite amenities. It's much better than a normal balcony room. We didn't really have to worry about space or hiding anything. It's nice. I like this much better than a balcony. Right, Nicole?
Right.
And kind of talk about some of the things that are not good about a suite that could cost upwards of $13,000. We checked earlier today, and it's anywhere from $11,000 to $14,000, depending on what cruise and what time of year and how many people you have in the room. It's a lot of money for this room. So some of the negatives. 1, it's a brand new shower. It's very big. It leaks. We've had water all over the floor every single time we take a shower, even with the sliding glass door closed. Not something you expect in a brand new cruise ship. That's something you would expect on Voyager of the Seas with the shower curtain, not something in this setup. We really liked the separate shower and toilet area that was on Odyssey of the Seas when we had a aft-facing junior suite. We were kind of hoping to have that on this cruise as well, especially with a newer ship. That ship had a rainfall shower head along with a regular shower head, and then a separate bathtub, and then on the other side of the room was a separate area with a separate sink and a separate toilet. That's something that is probably a huge positive when it comes to a junior suite, and this room is considerably more expensive than that cruise, and it's not. It's just one bathroom, one bathtub. You feel like you're doing this with your elbows in, and then there's water all over the place. The other thing, with this amazing balcony, it overlooks the Surfside area, which we knew, and it's not something that we're going to be really complaining about. But the Surfside area is really loud during the day. There's a lot of kids playing, which is what you expect in a family area. It does get really loud with music and kids yelling, and just the actual vibe of that, which is fine. You do have to kind of like move over here, because if you're at that section, you pretty much everybody can see what you're doing on your balcony. Not that we're doing anything we shouldn't be doing, it's just sometimes you just want some privacy. The other kind of negatives that are on here is storage. Yes, you have a closet on each side of the bed, which has your hangers, a shelf, and then a shelf down below. You have some smaller drawers and that sort of thing, but there's nothing here that's a dresser or drawers that you can actually open up, put stuff in, and kind of hide things. We're going to compare this to Odyssey a lot because it's a similar room. On that ship, you had an entire cabinet section where your TV was at that you could put all your stuff into. Made it easier to kind of hide things and organize and not have a suitcase underneath the bed and type of thing. And when you have a room that you're spending this much money on, it's kind of a good thing. Another kind of negative is that this is only a C-class room. If you don't know what that means, Royal Caribbean rates their suites on the Quantum, Oasis, and Icon class ships as C, Sky, or Star class, and they give you different amenities based on that. And C class is the lowest, so you get coastal kitchen for dinner and and that's kind of it. You don't get the suite lounge, you don't get to go to the Grove, you don't get like the priority seating or any of that sort of stuff in the venues. And this room is more expensive than the family suite on Surfside, which is a Sky class and gets you all those amenities.
Future Travis again. Also, while editing this video, Royal Caribbean announced that the Surfside family suite that I just mentioned is going to be dropping down to C class. So it's going to have a little bit less amenities. You can actually review the amenities chart that we had in the middle of this video if you'd like to know the difference between C class and Sky class.
So you're paying more and getting less benefits for it. I know you get the great view, but I would love to go to the Grove. I'd love to go to Coastal Kitchen for breakfast. I would love to go there for lunch and some of the other things that you get with that, like free Wi-Fi on a Sky class suite. Maybe a small gripe is the walk, and we kind of knew that when we booked this room. This is the world's largest cruise ship. The walk from the elevator bank to here is really long. So if you get all the way to the elevator bank and you're like, man, I left something in the room, I don't want to walk back. It's a far walk, and just be mindful of that. You're gonna be going back and forth. We're at the end of the hall, and people twice, it seems stupid, have walked into our room when we've opened the door. Like they think that this is a continuation of the hallway.
Yeah, welcome in.
Yeah, welcome in, enjoy your room. And that would seem like, oh, that happened once, that's kind of whatever. It happened twice. Twice on this cruise. And they thought that this was guest areas. I guess we have the coolest room on the ship if that's the case. So the other last little thing, it has this really cool control. And it actually turns off the fact that you can have the balcony door open and the air conditioner on at the same time, but it doesn't control the curtains.
True, like Odyssey did.
Yes,
So
so on Odyssey, you would hit like the movie button or the evening button, and it would either open or close the curtains or the shades or that sort of stuff in the room. And it made it so you just hit one button and not have to walk over there and then close the curtains or open them. It was a much better setup. So I know we're comparing this to Odyssey. It's also a new ship. I know it's a Quantum class versus an Icon class, but I think we got more for our money on Odyssey of the Seas with basically a Sunset Junior Suite than we did on Icon of the Seas with a very similar room. Now, is this a good room? I like the room a lot. It's awesome. Is it worth the money? Probably not, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't think I would ever in my life, no matter how much money I make, would spend $11,000 to $14,000 on a room like this. I would really want more for my money and amenities, space, comfort, all that sort of stuff. I'm spending that much money. What we spent, it's kind of okay. It's still way more than Odyssey, and I think Odyssey gives you a better overall experience when it comes to the room. The rest of the ship, this Icon of the Seas is amazing. We'll talk about that in a later video. But even me being kind of critical, I feel like I'm being nitpicky, but I said if it's gonna be worth the money or not, and I honestly don't think this room is worth $11,000 to $14,000 that Royal is charging for it currently, and I'm not even sure it's really worth the money that we spent to be on this cruise, which is about what somebody would spend in a balcony room. And it's just because Icon of the Seas is so much more in terms of cost than the average cruise. So I guess comparatively it's fine, but overall, you compare it to Odyssey, Wonder, Utopia, Quantum, and all those ships that are out there, I think it's a little overpriced in general. That was our walkthrough review, and overall, is this cabin worth the money that Royal is trying to charge for it for our Sunset Junior Suite on Icon of the Seas? This room is room 10356 if you're curious. It'll be in the description below. If you have any questions about this room, our cruise, or anything else that goes on in the channel, please make sure you leave those in the comment section below. If you'd like to support our channel, make sure you like this video and subscribe. It helps us out way more than you realize. And if you need us, we're gonna try and sneak back into the Windjammer and not get off the ship tomorrow. Maybe. I'm Travis.
And I'm Nicole.
Thanks so much for watching.